Hello YouTube and welcome back to my games of Sensible World of Soccer. So, again, the Pixel Piracy, I've been having problems with it again with the updates and patches and things like that, which is still causing problems and issues and whatever. So again, we'll play some more Sensible World, probably another 2 or 3 games, and then we should be ready to continue. So again, a very decent bench. As happened last time, I brought a couple of players in and some people were able to replace others. Johan Davies is getting in there pretty decent, so I'm going to keep him on and see how well he actually skills up. I actually looked at my videos again, and Simon Church hasn't actually increased in value. He's still the same as he was when I bought him. I probably paid a little bit too much for him when I first pulled him in, but it's not too bad. Now, in terms of defenders, nobody wants to come to me for obvious reasons. So we're just going to be Leyton Orient versus Charlton Athletic. This is in the first leg. It was a 1-1 draw. You can just simulate the result and just do a pure results finished, and just click on that and it'll come up with the result for Orient and Charlton. But we are going to coach the match. I pretty much want a defender, midfielder, attacker in the setup there. So I'm going to go and put Mooney. Yeah, I've got the wrong one. Come on, where are you? Now again, if I was playing in the upper divisions and stuff, I'd probably put my reserves on and fiddle around with that sort of thing, because what you'd be able to do is test out who are the better players to use in certain positions. Like again, like say Johan Davies. Now I wouldn't have known that he'd be quite as good, and for some reason, what is that? Why is there a mouse flicker on the screen? I don't understand. I don't know what this is up here, this corner piece here. I don't know if you see that on the screen there. What's this? What is this? That's going to annoy me. I'm just going to get on with it because that'll annoy me otherwise. So yeah, if you're in the upper divisions, if you can ignore that mouse flicker in the corner there, if you're in the upper divisions, this would be the best time to determine whether you're which of your reserves or your loan players are actually any good. But unfortunately, not much can be done about it, so I'm actually going to do something about that, because that is starting to really annoy me, and it will continue to annoy me until it disappears. So I'm actually going to make this wider. There we go, that'll do there. Sorry about this, YouTube. Yeah. Let's see. Let's bring this over. There we go. Let's get rid of you. Unfortunately, you may miss out on some of these. I'm not too sure how much of the screen is missing there, to be honest. Doesn't look like a lot. Hopefully not a great deal. So have a look. Anyone actually gone down injured while I've been messing about with the camera controls? What's going on here? Oh right, yeah, I know what's wrong. What's this? Oh no, come on boys. What was that? Stupid defending. That left back. What's happening there? Should be defending that. Nope, no one's injured. Only 2-1. Hopefully we can get an away goal here. If the away goals even count. I'm not too sure if they count actually. Come on guys. Luckily enough I've got a full screen there, so that's alright. Oh come on! Got to make sure that's yours, it's got to be yours. Sean Batt's actually a forward, by the way. Go on. Oh, unlucky Kev. But yeah, Sean Batt is actually a centre forward, so they've actually got that incorrect. Our right winger is actually Moses Odebajo. And Sean Batt is actually a centre forward. Oh, save. I don't know if I've actually mentioned that before. And yes, I did actually correct myself on one of my videos. Simon Church did not come from Tottenham Hotspur. He came from Reading. I didn't realise that until basically after I'd posted the video and I made the comments. Come on, boys, get in there. Start putting your foot in or something. You know what I mean? Bring him down in the box. At least it gives us a chance to save the penalty. Well, in this game it doesn't. Penalty's almost guaranteed goals. So yeah, he actually came from Reading, not from Spurs, but you know, it was in that period of time, 2008, 2009, 2010, we must have had about 30 Spurs youths come into the squad, in and out of the squad every other month. So, you know, you can kind of understand where I got confused where he came from, because we just had so many Spurs loanees coming in and out of the club that pretty much everybody could have come from Spurs. The only ones that we really knew that didn't come from Spurs were people like Jamie Jones, we knew we got from Everton. There was a few others as well that we'd got from like Norwich and things like that. So, but there were very few and far between we got other players in from different clubs other than Spurs. Do you know, I don't think we had an Arsenal loanee for God knows how long, to be honest. I don't think we've actually had one since since I started working there, and that was in 2001, so, or 2000. So yeah. Come on, don't go down like this. At least put one in the back of the net. Make it look like we've actually given this a try, because it looks like we haven't done anything yet. I don't know if we had one attempt, I think. That's about it. One proper attempt. I need to make a sub soon. They're not actually that much better than us. Yes, they are in the league above, so they're going to have like sort of higher valued players, but Charlton only went up into the Championship a couple of years ago, like last year or the year before, something like that. You know, and we've turned Charlton over before. Oh, keeper's like bloody Spider-Man. What's going on here? Oh, I've seen them trickling before. Right, so let's see who we got. We've got Nathan Clark, we've got Lassu Matt and Dave Mooney. Church seems to be pretty quiet in this game, so let's bring Mooney on and see how we get on with Mooney. I actually think Simon Church is playing for Charlton at the moment. I think he is anyway. Spider-Man. "81 minutes. 2-0 down. If we can get one back, I'll be happy. You know, at the end of the day, losing 2-0 is a bit of a pill to swallow, but you know what? I don't mind. As long as we get one back. No! No! I thought it was a penalty then. I was getting right up for that. Go, God, get it there. Come back coming, but nah. Nope. Come on. Come on, Dino. Get it in there. It's not good. Oh well. Never mind. You can only hope. Stats are incoming. They were all over us pretty much. I think they had all the shots on target and all that good stuff. So 51% of possession. That makes no sense. Now, according to what I saw, they had far more shots than us. But yeah, 5 shots on target and 2 winning. Yeah, that doesn't sound too nice. So we're actually away again. Helgaby still out. So let's move these two around. Now the reason I don't have a sub goalkeeper is because I don't actually have a sub goalkeeper. And to be honest with you, goalkeepers being injured or sent off in this game are very, very rare, so it's normally not worth it. Okay, so a win against Sheffield United will put us back on top. So that's the Sheffield United team. Murphy looks pretty decent. shooting, finishing, heading. Shooting, control, finishing is probably the better statistic than shooting, finishing, heading. For the extra 50k, I probably would have gone with Brandy instead. Anyone else there that's actually any good? Not really. I haven't got my database up, so I can't be bothered to close the game and bring it back up again. It's just, yeah, I could check on it later, but I can't bother now. So, come on, O's. Now, if the O's do get promoted, like to the Championship next season, it'd be interesting. You know, Orient, Brentford go up next season. That'd be nice. You know. I know the Wolves fans are probably sitting there going, cursing you as you're saying that, but you know, it would be nice. You know, at Christmas we were looking at West Ham going down with Fulham, but West Ham really picked it up recently. No love lost between me and West Ham, but I've never had no hate for West Ham, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Olympic Stadium thing was just like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It will put the O's out of business, though. That is one thing that everybody isn't looking forward to, because it will put the Orient out of business. And if you're not clued up on how that sort of system works, is every football team in London has what they call catchment areas, and basically the areas around Leyton, fantastic goal. All the areas around Leyton, Stratford, you know, certain parts of Newham, things like that, are all covered by Leyton Orient. West Ham doesn't have anything to do with them. They have all of their stuff is towards the east in the Essex areas and things like that. So though the Orient do a lot of work in Essex and things like that, you know, West Ham are mainly part of the Essex area, Dagenham, you know, all the way up to Tilbury and things like that. So that's where their catchment is. As soon as they move to Stratford, they take the Newham, the Newham catchment area as well as all of East London, which means that Leyton Orient doesn't have a catchment area anymore. Which means there's no supporting fans from the young teenagers like the 11, 12, 13-year-olds, which is where pretty much everybody wants fans. And the problem is, if West Ham take that catchment, then all of Orient's business falls. You know, there's like food vendors and things like that are all in and around the Orient Stadium that will basically go out of business because the Orient Stadium is no longer in production, and all the food and all that sort of stuff will orientate towards the Olympic Park and all their food and shopping malls and things like that. So yeah, a lot of the business in Leyton will literally just collapse, and that's what Barry Earn and Leyton Orient are trying to get the Olympic Park Commission to take into context. And the Olympic Park pretty much are just stonewalling all the time, just saying no. You know, you can't afford it. It's true, Orient can't afford to stay at the Olympic Stadium on their own. They can't. You know what I mean? Just ground share. You know, we don't want a ground share with West Ham. We want our own ground. But the way football is nowadays, it's just too bloody expensive. You know, Barry Earn bought our pitch just to sell it onto or rent it back onto the club, so he could make more money. Do you know what I mean? So you could say that's a bad thing on Barry Earn's part, but he's still trying to keep Leyton Orient in business. You know, and that's always a good thing. Leyton Orient is like the oldest club in London, or second oldest club in London, something like that. You know what I mean? So actually, I probably should have subbed on Wassett. That was a bad decision. I should have subbed Clark on and then switched Wassett to left back. So yeah, that's pretty much where the O's stand really. And I've got no love lost for West Ham. I don't really care. Don't really care about the team. Don't really care about the club. You know, but when it affects Leyton Orient in our division and in our setup, you know, it doesn't help. And West Ham are getting a great deal for the Olympic Park Stadium. You know what I mean? They're getting a very, very good deal. All utilities paid for. Yes, it's a £2 million rent a year, right? But you've got to remember, Premiership teams get like £25 million a year just in television rights, in terms of Sky Sports and things like that. That's not including telly rights for BBC stuff or anything like that, or commission rights. They don't pay any food bills, any electric, any heating bills. They pay nothing. All they pay is their player wages and their rent per year, and then they keep all of the other stuff. So they all keep all their all their profits from ticket sales and all that sort of stuff. That all goes to West Ham. Doesn't go to the Olympic Park at all. There's just things there that, yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans going on there. Pretty much every club has to pay for their rent and bills and things like that. But West Ham, or their club bills, the event staff and things like that, all provided by the Olympic Commission, not by West Ham. Ah, you got to be kidding me! They just equalised them the 82nd minute. Bastard. Surely that goalkeeper was that guy was fouling my goalkeeper. That was just a terrible goalkeeper, really. So yeah, that's pretty much where the O's stand, really. To be honest, it's not a good thing, to be honest with you, because it's putting a lot of hate towards people like West Ham and that, and a lot of the West Ham fans are giving it all the welly, and the Orient fans are just giving it just as much. But that was a point drop, to be honest. We could quite easily have got away with not doing that. We should have won that game, and Oldham are level with us, but yeah. So, oh, it's an offer. Johan Lassemat. Ask for more. Draw your offer then, mate. He's worth more than you're asking for. Or more than you're willing to give. Scott Cuppert's still out. What the fuck? Come on. And that's my speaker's just gone funny again. I really need a defender. Debucci's gonna have to do. We'll have one more game. Okay, Port Vale. That's. And they've rated them on the game. Pretty average, really. Managed by Mickey Adams. So yeah, that's where we stand, really. If all goes well, they'll agree to the what's it for Orient West Ham to share the ground. You know, that's probably the best compromise for the Orient. Maybe not so for West Ham, because obviously West Ham want their own ground, they want their own fans in there, they want their own memorabilia and all that sort of funky shenanigans in their stadium. Of course they do. And with Orient sharing the ground, they're not going to be able to. But there are a few things that were very much so against West Ham in terms of that thing. Things like the Olympic Commission. The first thing they said originally was no renovations to the stand. We want it to be a sporting arena, so no renovations to the stand to remove the sporting facilities from the pitch. And the first thing that West Ham did when they initially won their bid was say, right, we're going to rebuild the stadium, which kind of defeats the object, really. You just sit there and you think, hang on, wait, what? You know, their initial thing was that you can't rebuild the stadium or do anything to the stadium because it's going to continue to be a sporting arena for athletics and things like that. And they were like, nope, we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it as it is. And that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was like, what? We were going to put in, like the O's were going to basically, with the money that they got from selling the ground at Brisbane Road, was that we were going to buy in a new system that they brought in. They first brought it in France. It's like a rolling stadium thing where you can roll it over the tracks, and basically your stand will sit over the tracks. Because obviously the Olympic Stadium's all completely covered, except for like the middle arena piece in the middle, which can be covered over with a cover, basically. And the O's were going to have like a moving stand at the bottom, so it goes over the bottom of the tracks. It's like a 20,000. Get in there, Simon. Like a 20,000 seater all round, like rolling stand. Comes out onto the pitch, out onto the running track, closer to the pitch. You can watch the game. At the end of the game, you pull it all back out again. The athletics can still go. But the Olympic Committee said no. That was their response to that one. Pretty much was just no, we're not going to do that. And they ended up going with West Ham's idea of just completely scrapping the arena and building it in claret and blue, pretty much. And then West Ham obviously keep all the profit from their own ground. So there's a few things like that. It was really it was bad stuff, you know what I mean? Oh shit! Damn it! Nathan Clark's first game in God knows how long, and he's injured almost immediately. So yeah, there was a few funky shenanigans here and there in terms of the Olympic Park and West Ham and Leyton Orient. And, you know, there was some pretty nasty words towards Boris Johnson. But at the end of the day, you know, he is screwing over Leyton for West Ham, really. You know, we're not giving Leyton anything, but we can give West Ham a free stadium, which would normally have cost them the better part of £500 million. You know what I mean? But you can have it for free because the government's going to give it to you and give you a rent. You know, that you can easily pay every year without even breaking a sweat, and all your profits remain for you. You don't have to pay for event staff or food or lighting or anything like that. You know, it's all paid for you by the council, like the council tax and income tax, and you know, just general tax. You know, taxpayers pay the bills for West Ham Stadium. Do you know what I mean? And that's basically how it was. You know, how it's been displayed and how it's been put out there. You know, so yeah. Yeah, I know it's useless information that some people don't really need to know, but it's just more information about the O's and what's happening and why things have been going that way with the O's and West Ham. But normally the O's and West Ham have been pretty tight, really, to be honest. But yeah, it's not been so for the last couple of years because of this Olympic Park stuff. But if I'm honest, it should go to a bigger club. It should go to a bigger club. If I'm absolutely honest, it should go to a bigger club. But it shouldn't affect a lower league team from being able to do its business. Do you know what I mean? And that's pretty much what West Ham, like giving it to someone like West Ham, is doing, and giving it to any club really that would be moving into the Olympic Park. That's pretty much what it's doing. It's putting out a lower league club out of business because they can't afford to stay in the area anymore. If they stay in the area, they will lose. You know, talent from the kids in the local area. They will lose scouts for kids in the local area and things like that. They will lose the business in the local area. They will lose the catchment stuff that they work hard for every single day. The players are out there doing something for the area, and it's just lots and lots of things like that, which just really just does it. It's just not right. That was a good win. Good win. How long we got? We've probably got enough time for one more video, actually, I think. So we're probably going to do... I didn't put the stats up. Sorry about that. We've got time for one more video, I think. Gary Sawyer's still out. Scotty Cuthbert is back! Yes! Yes, Scott Cuthbert. Why did that take you so long, you schleg? Should not have taken you so long to get back in business. Right, let's have a look. Who have we got? Anyone you can bring back? So you're still to come back, and you'll probably be taking Marvin Bartley's position. I may have to switch you out for Roman, actually. The thing is, he's got good stats though. Speed, passing, tackling, where speed, control, velocity is something you'd have for an attacking midfielder, really. So you'd have to switch out for Marvin, I think. So Orient versus M.K Dons, also look 137k, and that's the M.K Dons' team. for those that are interested. And let's go. I'm not sure how age affects players in this game either. Because again, say for instance, Kevin Lisby is like 36 years old or 35 years old, but will his stats decrease because of his age, or would they remain the same until he retires, and then I get a player of equal value? That I don't know. I've got no idea. You got up. Oh, come on! Beaten by the post. No one in there to clear up. Come on, O's. Pull it together. You got up, that's right. Oh, get in there, Kev. Outside of the left foot. Just boom. Have that. See if anyone's injured. I think everyone should be fine. I didn't see anyone go down. That's what's wrong. Oh, goal kick. Respect. So obviously MasterCard. If this game was out nowadays, they wouldn't be allowed to do that. Yeah. Advertising rights and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Oh. Oh, come on! How was that, Jimmy? Come on! It was trickling towards the goal. You should have been able to save that. Oh, dear. Half time 2-1. Not good, not good. Coming up to 30 minutes gameplay. It's only 3 games, you know what I mean, and a bit of chin wagging. So it's not been I've not said a lot really. In terms of pixel piracy, a patch has come out to fix some issues, but some different issues have popped up. I might as well just say this at the very end of the video. I did mention it just quickly at the start of the video that pixel piracy is still down. I haven't actually picked it up and played it yet. Come on, God, Lisby. I haven't actually picked it up and played it yet, but from what I've been told, again reading in the forums and stuff with the new patches and that, some of the bugs that were in the last patch are still in this one. He says he's fixed all the Z issues. Basically, what happened is it created the islands became 3D environments, and the pirates were walking into the background, and because of the way the collision worked, it wouldn't allow them to walk back into the foreground from the background, which obviously meant your pirates would die for no reason. And you could spend all the money you like on any pirates, and you could have them level 30 or whatever, they would instantly die because they collided into the background. And that's pretty much how the game started and finished. Now, he said he fixed it. From what I've read, he's fixed most of the problems, but not all of them. But some new issues have popped up that are still making the game relatively unplayable. From what I've been told, morale drops faster than it's ever dropped before. And if it does, it's definitely going to be unplayable because you just don't get enough money to cover it. And again, he's still doing tweaks to food and stuff. Now, after a few patches, I've never had problems with pirates and food. As long as you keep a good supply of food going, that's fine. You know, your pirates should be a-okay. But having said that, most of the people have been complaining about. They've been complaining about higher level pirates not eating. Not necessarily the food decay, but not eating. Which is causing them to die a horrible death. So, save. So maybe they should fix the fact that the higher level pirates aren't eating instead of fixing the hunger issues, because I found that hunger wasn't a problem too much. You know, as long as you kept on like ahead of the hunger curve, you could kind of quite easily spend 300 or 400 like gold on 10, 20, 30 pieces of food, and just every now and again just pop it down. You know, one piece of meat will keep 7 pirates happy for one feast. You know what I mean? So, you know, just put a bit of food down there, let the cook. Other issues are things like pirates getting distracted by things on the ship, like the gambling and the training swords and things like that. So, yeah, that's another thing that they've been complaining about. Good, we actually brought out a pretty decent draw there. To be honest, I don't know if we deserved to win that or not. Really, it didn't look like it, but yeah, kind of even Stevens really. So yeah, okay, I'll let them have that. So it's another draw. So that's no wins in 3. That's kind of unusual. That, to be honest, still haven't lost yet though. But look at Stevenage. They've come out of nowhere with 7-5-0. You know, Oldham on 8-2-2, 22-4-12 against. But I'm no longer the best defence in the game at the moment. You know, Stevenage have that one, and they're actually outscoring me as well. So there is that, and there's a transfer. Johan Davis. Nah. Reject offer. Trying to snipe my my left back for pennies. How dare you? But at least he actually has a price now, so that's always good. And that's that. So thank you for watching this one, me waffling on and Orient not winning in 3. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.